welcome to another episode of Strategic Minds Making Money Moves, where we do those strategies to do what? Make that green rain. Today, I am so happy to have Kristina Newton here with us, and she's going to talk about her nonprofit. Welcome, Kristina.
Hi, Vicki. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor.
Yes.
It's an honor to have you here. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about your nonprofit?
Yeah, so I am the founder and executive director of a nonprofit organization called HYPE. HYPE stands for Hope for Youth Through Providing Education, and we provide tech education for girls of color. Our mission is to empower historically underrepresented girls in tech to thrive as future leaders in our 21st century careers.
Wow.
Yes.
What a great nonprofit. How long have you been in business?
We are going on 5 years.
Wow. Yes, that deserves
we are hitting
a round
the
of
5-year
applause.
milestone. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, congratulations
Thank
in
you.
finding it and being the founder, as well as those 5 years of success.
Yes.
Why don't we talk about what you'd like to discuss today?
Yeah, so I'll just share a little bit about like how I got into starting HYPE. So I am a computer engineer by trade. And so a lot of what we do at HYPE is very personal, right? To me, my story, my experience in being a woman of color in the tech space. And so I, of course, understand how important community is and representation is to a woman feeling as if she can climb the corporate ladder in technology and feeling as if a career in tech is meant for her. And what we do is provide community education. We help young girls in middle and high school feel confident about the skills that they're gaining, feel confident about their leadership. We provide scholarships and resources and really equip them with everything that they need to, again, thrive as leaders. And we do this for free. So the girls who participate in our program, most of them attend Title I schools. They live in some of our lower income communities. They likely would not choose to participate in a STEM or a tech program if finances were a barrier, right? Or if they had to pay for it. And because of this, we have been able to really leverage philanthropic giving through corporate sponsorships, grants. That is a huge part of our revenue stream. However, partnerships may end, sponsorships may or may not come through, and we want to continue to provide these really meaningful opportunities to girls. And we are looking to diversify our revenue stream by tapping into the individual giving market. And we're finding that individuals understand the problem. The numbers don't lie. They understand that Black and brown women are underrepresented. They understand that computing and technology careers are the fastest growing and highest paying occupations. And so our young girls are being left out of this economic opportunity. What we don't see is how they feel that they should contribute or can contribute towards making sure that the future and the next generation of girls of color and women of color are equipped to take advantage of this economic opportunity. And so we really want to tap into the individual giving so that we can increase our individual donor base.
That's awesome. And being in tech and a woman of color, all I can say is go, girl, go, and get as many as you can.
Yes.
But it's interesting. There are a lot of organizations, that have the desire to do this. I like the fact that you've been around for 5 years. You've been able to get corporate sponsorships and get in through their philanthropic arm of being able to get back to the community. But one of the things I think that we have to consider when we start thinking about individuals is it's all about what they call behavioral economics.
Okay.
Behavioral economics is what we look at when we figure and understand. It really doesn't, if you think about it, just in terms of dollars and cents, it doesn't make sense to give money to a nonprofit. You're getting no ROI on it. You're not making money on it from an economic perspective.
Right.
From a social perspective and being able to want to give, it makes a whole lot of sense. So what happens is when we deal with behavioral economics, we have to understand how many donors are there that are just going through the motions? How many donors are there that are engaged? And how many donors that may be going through the motion, but they're continuous? They're continuous in their efforts. And so because of that, it's important for us to understand the statistics of our current donors. The one thing you don't want to do is lose what you have currently.
Right.
Any recurring donors that you have, anybody that's out there, we definitely don't want to lose. But how do we capitalize off of that to get to the individual? And if we can get to individuals, the things that make individuals give, we got to understand why. What is it? So when someone gives as an individual and it's a personal connection, those are the ones that you want to get on video. You want to get their content about because something happened to them. They're very passionate about it. Those are also the ones that you want to have personalized donor pages.
Okay.
So that their personalized donor pages, when they can tell their own story, this is what happened to me, and this is why this is so important to me, and I really would appreciate your giving, you know, in terms of supporting this organization, etc. Well, because I'm a friend of yours and I know that's what happened to you, I'm going to give because I'm going to support you. You begin to make that individual continue to move from one to the other, you know, as you continue to make that happen. And I think that that becomes important because we all know there's thousands and thousands of charities that we could give to. There are many, many nonprofits that do the same thing. But something had to draw on my heartstring.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the next question. What types of programs do you offer specifically in this arena as you're trying to gain these girls and give them opportunities to STEM?
Yeah, so thank you for that question. Right now, STEM is a hot topic, right? And it is because of where we are going as, you know, where the world is going when it comes to careers. STEM is a very hot topic. And a lot of times when I tell people about my organization, they ask me, am I familiar with Girls Who Code, right? Or Black Girls Code? These are, I would say, the two most well-known organizations that focus on tech education, or I would say STEM exposure for girls. And what we do, what I really believe sets Hype apart, is that we go beyond exposure into empowerment. And again, being someone that came from the tech space, understanding that girls need more than just to learn how to code, and they need more than just to know that coding is a skill that exists or technology is a career that exists. And so what we do is all of our programs are multi-week program opportunities. So we work with a cohort model of students. A girl in grade 6 through 12 can join an after-school program. They can be a part of a club. And over the course of 12 weeks, they not only learn how to code, but they build community and they get a chance to meet with other women in tech professionals. So they connect with mentors. We have alumni programming for our high school students after they learn how to code and have gotten engaged in technology. Now we want to build leadership development and college and career readiness for them. And so with the Leadership Academy, again, it's a 10-week program where they get a chance to learn how to write a resume. They learn how to interview. We talk to them about personal branding, financial literacy, creating a LinkedIn account, and then we connect them to paid high school internships as well.
So we're going to continue this thought. Let's take a station break. And when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about these programs and your fundraising.
Awesome.
We'll be right back.
Strategic Minds, Making Money Moves with Vicki Wright Hamilton focuses on helping entrepreneurs to overcome their business challenges to help increase their bottom line. Each episode provides strategies for growth and transformation. Watch Vicki share her 20-plus years of experience as a corporate executive to help entrepreneurs level up.
Welcome back. So as you were talking about these programs and you're saying that's what sets you apart is being able to not just introduce, but empower them. What are your fundraising events? Do you have them?
We actually do. We have one annual fundraiser that last year was our first year doing making it a fundraiser event. It's called Hype Night. It's actually coming up soon on October 13th. And we love to give our girls a chance to shine. We love to showcase what our students can do. And Hype Night is an opportunity for our students to compete against women in tech professionals. It's a game night. It's like Family Feud meets Jeopardy meets Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And attendees come as live studio audience members. So they watch this competition. We're all vying for our scholars, of course, to win. And they get a chance to hear, listen to music and eat and drink and just really enjoy a good time while also seeing who our students are and hearing what they're doing, what they're learning, and connect to the mission. So Hype Night is an annual fundraiser event that also includes raffles and things like that over the course of the night. And that is the only fundraiser that we have that is an event that occurs every year. Mm-hmm. But we also have an opportunity for individuals to sponsor a student. So our monthly giving sponsor a student program is what we really want to activate individuals into. And through that sponsor a student opportunity, they also get a chance to connect personally with the students that they are sponsoring through our programs.
So on your event night, do you do individual giving?
We do. We do a text to give, kind of, yeah.
Okay, so you do a text to give to be able to do that. When you get your text to give data, do you look at any of that data to see the people that are asking to, the people that are donating, and then doing research further, who are they connected to, looking at who they, especially when we talk about LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, there's all these different social medias, right? And they have something called social scooping, where you go out and you look at all the social media, see who the likes are, you see who's posting about what cause. You have people that are researching to find out bios, where they came from, schools they went to, etc. You would be surprised that the number of individual giving that can happen from a connection of an alumni just from school. I'll give you an example. So I went to Spelman College. Love my Spelman College.
HBCU.
That's right. But I have an affinity. My mother used to be dean there, so but anyway, I went to Spelman College, and I had there was another Spelman alumni, right? And she is an advocate. I mean, just loves communications, and she was supporting a nonprofit that was working in helping get more people of color in the communications field in terms of everything that it offered, not just journalism, but actually speaking, etc. And so when she connected, she went to all her alumni. And what happened is that as we were all good friends, we wanted to support her. So we began to give money to the nonprofit that she was trying to get through to help on communication, and their individual donor increased because we got engagement from that, because not only did we sponsor it, but then when they had an event, she invited us. Yeah. Right? So now we get further engagement in what we're doing. And I think every alumni I think that each individual sponsored somebody or something.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
And I love that because we try to thank our donors, we try to get them connected to what we're doing. And we spend a lot of time activating our students, understanding their stories, recording their stories, giving them a chance to kind of talk about what the program has meant for them. But we've never really considered doing the same with our donors, especially the recurring ones, understanding their story, why they give, and allowing them to activate other potential givers or donors. So yeah.
And it's one of those things that on the night of your event, you can play a video of individuals talking about why they're doing it, right? And that tell their personal story. Get a donor that has a personal story. And guess what? you're one, right?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this in the first place? Telling your story, and it's about telling the impacts. It's about, because everything's about the feelings.
Yeah.
Everything is about how you make somebody feel, how they come across with how they connect with you. And those feelings of, I can relate to that. I understand that. I've been there before. I know what that means. Allows the ability for you to be able to continue to expand. And that's what we want to do for individual donors. So play those videos at those events, right? Let that personal story of your donors come out. Get more and more research of data. I can't tell you, you could hire 100 research analysts and still not have enough, because there's so much data and content out there that we have to focus it on things that really matter. You know, I know I have a few friends that were executive directors of nonprofits. As long as they were there, I gave. But why did I give? Because I was supporting them. Right? I understood their cause, but I was supporting them, right? And so they leave. Now what happens? I'm no longer a donor, but nobody came after me either. Nobody came and asked me about it either. So I just think those are things that we can do to keep going. We're going to take a station break, and when we come back, we're going to see if we have a question or a comment from the audience. We'll be right back.
Strategic Minds, Making Money Moves with Vicki Wright Hamilton focuses on helping entrepreneurs to overcome their business challenges to help increase their bottom line. Each episode provides strategies for growth and transformation. Watch Vicki share her 20-plus years of experience as a corporate executive to help entrepreneurs level up.
Welcome back. So let's continue this conversation, Kristina, as we continue to talk, because, you know, I didn't know anything about hype, right?
Yeah.
And so, and I'm a technologist and a woman of color. So it's like, when I read about it, I was like, oh my gosh, what a great organization.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at the people associated, and I was like, I know that person, I know that person, I know that person, but I never heard anything, right? So I think our messages through others can carry a loud voice in terms of getting people to get on board individually, you know, as you move forward. And then when there are civic organizations, social change organizations that are about, we have the underprivileged. Now think about this idea. You know, we think outside of the box. We talk about affordable housing. We talk about having an affordable housing community. What would it be if you could partner with the development that's creating the affordable housing and create a program inside the community of that affordable housing in order to help these Black young girls see, feel, hear, and do the things in technology as a program. So now you're part of something bigger. When people start thinking about affordable housing communities, you're now a community. That sets you apart from somebody who just says, oh, we offer these programs and we have these events. You are now tied in to a community that the next affordable housing place they go to, the next community outreach they go to, they think about you. I also think about that when I think about where our youth goes when they don't have anything else. It's Boys and Girls Clubs, and it's to the YMCA, right? And when you think about that, how can you partner and leverage with them? What is it that you can give in being able to do that? Even if I'm just going to put on that game night you do with the others, do the games in a YMCA, do the games in a boys club. Make it a little different, but giving something where you're still getting the message across and able to get these girls excited about the spectrum of what you and I already know, that there's so much opportunity 100%. In technology.
No, that's great. We recently partnered with the Boys and Girls Club this summer for summer camps, but that's a really great idea.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And after school programs.
Yes.
Don't forget about after school programs, because all of these, mothers and parents trying to figure out what to do with their kids because they got to work till 6 and 7 o'clock, right? In terms of making it happen. Let's see if we have a question or a comment from the audience.
Hi, my name is Charlene Hendricks. I am the founder and president of Amazing Works Incorporated. So my question is, I love your program. I think you're doing some amazing things, and I love the information that Vicki is giving you as well. It's great. But with so many nonprofit organizations doing very similar programs and things that you do, what sets you apart? What makes you special to want donors to want to give, to even like an angel donor, or, what sets you apart to really make them want to give to you?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question, because I actually didn't get a chance to share one of our signature program and opportunities, which is called the HYPE International Experience. And we are connected to our students, I would say, in a way that many other nonprofit organizations that teach or do STEM education aren't connected to their students. And we have a train the trainer model that looks different than your traditional train the trainer model. This train the trainer model trains students in coding and technology, and then they become eligible to become trainers internationally. They become eligible to lead a 1-week coding camp for other students in underdeveloped countries. And this trip is free. So we expense the entire trip. We've done 2 in the past, 1 to Nicaragua and 1 to Jamaica. And what we're doing is, again, empowering students with confidence of, if I can teach someone else how to code, I must know what I'm talking about. If we can show them a world outside of their community, right, in the 4 corners that they live in, then their dreams become bigger, because their reality just from that 1-week experience has grown. And if we can teach them the importance of giving back, then they learn how to become servant leaders that are very attractive to companies and corporations in the future. And this is something that no other STEM education nonprofit organization is doing.
Okay, I want to sign up. You need to let me know how I need to give, because I'm going to tell you that is right on time. Yeah. Thank you so much for your question. Sure.
So the thing is, that is phenomenal, just like Vicki said. And I would say, with your organization is already great. It's already massive. I would say to even think bigger, like as far as what you can have. Sometimes it's just about us believing that we can have that, because you're empowering and affecting so many young people in such a major way. And the thing about it, it's just not affecting young people. It's affecting their parents. It's affecting their community and everyone around them. So I would just challenge you to know that you can have the bigger. You can have a conversation with the venture capitalist. You can have money beyond what you can even imagine, because your company is already there.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other thing, before we close, I just have to say this, especially when you go to other countries international, and this is another out of the box thinking. We have a lot of international sports players. Mm-hmm. They have foundations, and they're looking to take things back to their countries. What a phenomenal opportunity for you to partner and be the one to give back.
Yeah.
So I just want to leave you with that thought.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Can you join me in thanking my guest today? I really appreciate it, Kristina.
No, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Strategic Minds Making Money Moves, where we talk about those strategies to do what? Make that green rain. See you next time.